Deep down, I know I'm a fighter. Deep down, I know my desires. Everybody thinks that I'm just a liar. They don't know what I got inside ya. I'm the one to fight fire with fire. I'm the type who never lets me get tired. Mess with me and they never will find ya. Yeah. People tell me I won't get it. They don't know me cause I'm cold winning. Always in the ninth, I closing. It's always in my mind, don't know quitting. I'ma be the one that blows up in it. You gon' be the one that shows up missing. I'ma be the one that knows my mission. You gon' be the one with no ambition. I'ma make you take it all back. You ain't never gonna get me, man, I'm too fast. Call me the juice, that 40-yard dash. Always look forward, no, never look back. I just spit the truth, better listen to my facts. Get me up in the booth and I put them on a blast. When I spit the truth, they all listen to the facts. Got nothing to lose, so I put the pen to bed. That's what I do, hard work always lasts. And the pain's not an act, no, it hurts real bad. But you have to attack what you want to attract, or you're gonna look back and regret what you lack. Everybody knows that's a fact. Yeah, I just want my words to impact. Yeah, I just want my words to all last. Yeah, not sorry if I put you on blast. They know just what they see on the outside. They don't know just what I'm like on the inside. If you knew what I could do, you'd watch your backside. If you knew what I could do, you'd stay in at night. I'm the type of dude you don't wanna fuck with. I'm the type of dude enough is enough, bitch. I'm the type of dude who never gets complacent. I'm the type of dude who knows he's gonna make it, I'll make it. Can't escape from my thoughts like a black hole. Can't escape from these thoughts and these assholes. Too many people feeling entitled. Too many people staying idle. Man, I work every day for the title, and I'ma get it, that thought is final. The way I think you could say is primal. Kill or be killed, I'm your rival. I don't lose, no. I'ma be the one they choose, though. You gon' be the one they lose, ho. Way too busy hitting snooze, bro. I'ma be the one to rise up in it. Never gonna fall, I fight till I get it. Always staying tall, got pride, I'm grinning. I don't really think I'll ever find my limit. And I know that they all wanna hate me, but they see me on the climb, so they wait, see. If I make it, then they just might say, B, you been doing so good, brother, can't leave. I don't wanna hear your words, all the fake shit. Now I want my day one is you been patient. All the same people, never been complacent. We been working hard, man, we on the same shit. I'm not just a sinner, I eat you for dinner. I'm not a beginner, I'll paint you a picture. I got a guitar and they play that shit every day. No, I was not that great, figured out how to play. Learned how to change to be, learned how to rap and sing. Passion is everything, loved it throughout my teens. 10,000 hours so I could be fucking king. Hand me the ground or just get out my fucking ring. They know just what they see on the outside. They don't know just what I'm like on the inside. If you knew what I could do, you'd watch your backside. If you knew what I could do, you'd stay in at night. I'm the type of dude you don't wanna fuck with. I'm the type of dude enough is enough, bitch. I'm the type of dude who never gets complacent. I'm the type of dude who knows he's gonna make it, I'll make it.
Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to MK Headlines episode number 66. I'm here with my co-host Tom Stakes. How you doing, bro?
What's going on? I'm good. I'm chilling. An off season, good thing about making the Super Bowl, even if you do end up not coming out on top, is that the off season starts right away. So you can start really flushing out all those bad feelings and just getting right into the off season.
Yeah,
Eagles got a lot going on.
We were the last team to sit on the couch. That's all I'm going to say.
Exactly.
You know what? You're big on Twitter for the Eagles community and stuff. Do you get trolled still? But because I still get it. I don't know about you.
Of course. I don't know how, it's so far in the concept of bragging rights to people. I mean, the Eagles lost in the Super Bowl, so unless it's a Chiefs fan talking to me, I don't really want to hear it. Other than the situation in which gets compared a lot is when the Cowboys lost to the 49ers and Eagles fans talk trash. But the difference was that we were still moving on to the next round and they were getting sent home. So that makes sense. Like, I can see if the Cowboys or another team went further than the Eagles, okay, then, you have the right to talk trash. Not in this situation. I mean, it took the Chiefs to put up 40 points to beat the Eagles and end their season in the Super Bowl. So, I mean, we have them to take down. Everybody else is chasing us in the NFC. So I think we're the team to beat still. And I'm not really worried about what the trolls want to say. Wow, Further AM is tuning in and dropping.
Woo, dude, I just took a test. I'm sorry I'm late, guys. It all turned out I passed.
Woo! There you go.
Congrats.
I hope I get an interview now. That was a hard test. They asked me like 150 math problems.
Well,
And then they wanted me to go into the actual call center. I was hitting stuff like I was actually in a call center for Progressive Insurance because I'm going to be a claims adjuster.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, make him think.
There you go. There you
It
go.
was hard, but I did it. I got 100, except for the second part. And I think I got 90. But anyway, I passed. It all matters.
You passed.
I don't want to think about it.
Congrats.
Hey, you want to
That
hear
was the most
something?
ridiculous test I've ever taken for a job interview ever.
Awesome.
Yeah. So you're gonna laugh at this, right? So my dad's a doctor. So medical school, you had to pass a certain test, and there was like a certain grade you had to hit in order to pass. This one guy hit that grade, and he was like, "Well, I'm still a doctor." Like, he hit that, so if he missed that, he couldn't graduate.
That's all that matters. You passed, good stuff. Passing is all that matters. Further AM, my man, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now,
Thank you.
we got a lot of stuff to say here. We got a lot of
We
stuff to
do.
talk about. Already trolls in here. I see one. Can't spell Mitchell without an L. I'm like, okay, you put double L. That's fine. I'll take it. But so we got to start off with the defensive coordinator position because that one is getting like a little hot and heavy here. So there was a guy yesterday. I forget his name again. What was it?
Yesterday was Jim Leonard, the
I
Wisconsin guy.
don't know why I'm keeping forgetting his name. So, AM, do you know anything about the coaches?
Oh man, I'm horrible with coaches, man. I'm not the guy. I'm just going to flat out say it. I'm the last one you want to talk to when it comes to coach experience. Because I'll tell you right now, if you want me, and my honest opinion, who I would want as a defensive coordinator, that would never happen. I would want Bud Foster. that guy. But he's retired. But yep. Second highest paid coach in NCAA history and one of the all-time great defensive coaches in college football. Bud Foster, you can't beat the man. He's been there for 2 decades, not more. That's who I would want. Anyone else, it doesn't matter because he ain't going to be him. And I don't know. What do y'all think? I just don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm not experienced on that topic.
But
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm not really the biggest coaching guy either. Exactly, especially if it's going to come down to college coaches. I don't really watch college football too much, so I'm not, heavy on knowing what great candidates are out there. But the Eagles seem to have picked out a few guys that have been, just really at the top of the class in terms of college. No pun intended, top of the class, but. I'm just happy they're doing their homework and really putting their foot in this whole coaching search. It's not just, okay, we're just going to hire this internal guy and we're just going to keep it pushing. Like, they're really interviewing people. They're letting everyone know there's some, competition out there. Like, it's not just going to be handed to someone. There's guys that they're looking at. So I'm glad they're creating that.
so, according to Chad here, breaking news: Further AM is going to be a coach on the Eagles. Just don't piss them off.
I can see him being a coach out there.
Yeah.
I can see him.
Bro, I would be just like Cam from Modern Family. All right, boys, let's get out there. Let's go. It's time to settle up and get the shit going.
You want to hear something funny? My friend sent me that clip today. He sent me that clip because of all the coaching.
I love that. If you haven't seen that episode, just look up Cam becomes head coach of a football. Is the funny thing. He comes in and he is a substitute teacher, completely fails as a sub, as a history teacher. At the end of the day, ends up becoming a football coach. It just shows that if you're not good at something, you can always find something that you're good at no matter what.
That is true. That is true. It's kind of like the movie Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell.
Yeah. Soccer. Yeah.
It's soccer, but it's still a head coaching job, and he said break someone's clavicle.
There you go. Yep.
All right. So, you know what? We get this next to coaching. Let's get right into the good stuff, and that is the players who we're going to keep or wait. E-Rock is a candidate for defensive coordinator in Philly. That was great.
Yeah, E-Rock put out.
That was funny. AM, did you see that?
Hold on 1 second.
You're good.
It's
It's too easy.
Oh, really?
What?
E-Rock? No, he's not, Coles. He was just,
No.
told
Did
on
you
the
see
thing.
the video he made on Twitter?
Yes, I saw the video.
And
It
that's
was
the
great.
whole point.
Yeah, I know. It was great. That's the great thing about E-Rock is he comes up with great ideas in the offseason to keep people entertained till the next season. Especially when he's looking around, he's in the chair. He's like, where is everyone? Am I really the only one here? I'm waiting, I guess. I'm ready to go for the next season. Because that's how I feel like down up. And he touches the side of Eagle fans that Tom and Mitch, that we're feeling. We're ready to go for this next season. This season, I don't want a break. I'm ready to go. Let's jump right into it,
Yeah.
I don't need a break. Who needs a break? Let's go. Come on.
All right. So for unrestricted free agents, the first one, James Bradbury. Do we keep him or not?
Ooh.
Whoever wants to take it first.
God, he's got a big deal. He's going to want big money.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I don't think they're going to be able to just because of the other players that they have to keep. I'd be surprised if they were able to give James Bradbury what he'll get on the open market. So I say no. I say we don't keep him.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I mean,
I'm going to go on a different note here. I think Howie's going to try to work his magic here with a long deal. It would have to be a 4-year something deal. It's not going to be a 1 year. Maybe it might be a 1 because Howie's known for doing those 1-year deals or 2. And he'll find a way to cut the cost down in some way, whether it be what's the word I'm trying to look for, Tom? The money that you get guaranteed.
Yeah, the guarantee.
Over the contract. You know how Howie does some type of manipulating with that, where he just sticks it in your face, but then we'll cut you down on the contract price.
Right.
Known for doing those type of things. Howie will find a way. I still think it's possible we could keep James Bradbury, but I don't think it's going to be the cost. That man's going to be what 13 mil, 15 mil. He's going to want a big fat contract.
It's going to be a lot of money. He's going to go somewhere and get a number 1 cornerback contract, and we kind of don't have room for it. But I know what you're saying. Give him a long-term deal where you can give him a lot of guaranteed money, and maybe some of those early years won't be as high in the base salary, so you can kind of create more room for other guys. But that'll kind of mess you up down the road potentially. But Howie's never really worried about that. We go for it all, and then we worry about the rest later. So I think they're going to do whatever they can to try to keep as much of this team together as they possibly can. So everyone's on the table, but if I had to guess, I would say James Bradbury is one of those unfortunate losses that we're going to have to deal with.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I'm going to say no. But we're in the same cycle. It's like we always have the corner, and then he's gone. We draft one. He's gone. We're just in that cycle. I wish it would stop, but it's going to keep on going with Bradbury's contract. And actually, do you guys think we're going to trade Slay? Because apparently we're going to trade him before June 1st, before however much it is.
I would be surprised if they traded Slay. Honestly, I'd be surprised to see that. Probably is a financially favorable move considering his age.
Yeah.
But I just don't know. If they're going to do it. I think they'd probably keep him for 1 more year. He is like a captain. He's one of those fan favorite guys. He's a good locker room guy, and he's still got game left in him. So I would say probably not. They're probably just going to keep him and let Bradbury go because he's been here longer. But that would be interesting to see. That one. There's going to be a move this offseason that no one saw coming, and that could be it.
Yep, I could see Slay getting traded too. So if Bradbury's gone, we trade Slay. We're basically done at that point at corners.
Well, if they let Bradbury go, and then I doubt they trade Slay. And if they traded Slay, it might be because they. The only thing I could see is if they wanted to give Bradbury that money and that role and that in the defense being the number one corner. I don't think you're going to let both your corners go at the same year, but hey, you never know. They could go young at corner. They do have 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and
Yep.
if you get rid of all these guys or let guys walk, they're going to have some money to spend. So I just don't think it's going to be Darius Slay. Not this year. I think he gets this year probably, and then he might leave after this year. So we'll see. They probably run it back for the Super Bowl. So
Can
Yeah.
I bring up a question real quick? I think that's pretty beneficial since we're on this topic right now.
Go for it.
Do you think Bradbury versus Slay, who was more impactful this season?
Bradbury.
I was going to go with Darius Slay just because the role he played, he was more so on the top guy. He was a captain. He's been around, and he doesn't get thrown at a lot. But I think Bradbury's great. Exactly what you want on the other side. Another guy that just played the same way. He played aggressive. He made plays on the ball. He was good in coverage. He did everything. So it is hard to say. It's definitely hard to pick.
I say Bradbury because Slay did dip off towards the end, like he was getting burnt time and time again.
Yeah.
But Bradbury was consistent throughout the whole year, and then you see him in the Super Bowl. Yes, he didn't get any picks, but he was still packed. So I'm gonna go Bradbury. I was gonna say Slay.
I'm going to give my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Slay here because a little bit with what Tom said, a lot was not thrown his way, especially during that week 2 Vikings game where he got all those interceptions right off the bat. I think for the rest of the season, people, when teams look at footages, they were like, we're not throwing Slay way. And then that was where we literally saw like the reason why he dipped off, where what you're saying, Mitch. And the dip off was because Slay was too worrisome for teams. We don't want to throw that way.
Yeah.
We can pick on Maddox. We can pick on, Epps. We can pick on, Bradbury, excuse me. But Slay was just that opponent that came out so hot during the season, especially that Vikings game where it was like every team now was and you saw even during the Super Bowl, they barely threw Slay's way. It was just Bradbury and Maddox the whole game.
Yep, they barely threw to his way. So, I mean, honestly, who was their number one? Did he Hardman?
No, he was out. It was
out.
It was Schuster, Skymore, a bunch of those guys. But, they didn't really have a legitimate. I think that is a good point where Slay played really well early in the season. They just kind of stopped throwing at him, and other guys benefited off that. Gardner Johnson led the league in interceptions. Teams were just throwing the ball up around him. And, I think that, there was a couple plays Slay definitely wanted back. Some of those plays where he gave up a big play downfield and things like that. But overall, I think this is the best cornerback duo the Eagles have had in a while. So it would be awesome to see them try to keep James Bradbury just because the duo is so strong and talented. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to keep 2 guys in the same position. So
yeah. So the next one, Chad brought up in here, Fletcher Cox. He thinks Fletcher Cox is going to retire. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think he's going to retire, or we're going to sign him to another 1-year deal, or he's gone?
It's possible that he retires. I would be shocked to see them sign him to a deal that pays him a lot because I just don't think it's in their budget. And so unless he takes a considerably less amount of money in a lesser role, but I just don't even know if that's worth it. So if he continues to play and they let him walk, that would be pretty interesting. But I don't know where his heart's at. Is it in, I'll play if it's only the Eagles, or is it I'll just play football anywhere? Because, after all this time being on the Eagles, it's like hard to get up, move cities when you're, at the end of your career. So we'll see. I think the Eagles have all the leverage with Fletcher Cox. He's not going to play for a big contract here. So that's that's good. But unfortunately, he is a legend. Gotta love him. So if he does retire, if this is it for him, I gotta say all the best to him, and thanks for all the
Yeah.
stuff you did over the years, because he's a legend for us.
AM, what about you?
This will really determine his loyalty, I think. Is he in it for the money or is he in it for Philadelphia? We're not going to give him a fat contract. He's 33 years old. Am I correct?
Yes.
He's
Like
my
that.
age. He's my age. That's what's crazy to think about. Fletcher Cox is like literally my age. Like I'm a little bit older than Fletcher Cox. It just blows my mind. But yeah, these players getting older than me. Anyway, this is where it's going to be.
He's 32.
In it for the money, is he
32.
in it for the loyalty? Say what?
He's 32.
32. Oh, I thought it said 33. I thought
Yeah,
you
he's
just-
good. He
I
turned
just
30.
looked it up. It's 32.
Yeah, it is 32. But either way, it doesn't matter. Same thing.
Well,
He's
okay, yes, and he's turning 30. I'm older than Fletcher Cox. That's all we come to conclusion of that matter. I'm getting old. So yeah, I think honestly, with Fletcher Cox, the man hasn't been to a Pro Bowl since 2020. I wouldn't give him the biggest, fattest deal. I know there's teams out there that need something like that in his position. He's more than free to go wherever he wants to go if he wants to continue his career. I would love for him to stay, but I don't see how we can keep what we have this season and having him still on the team. And that's sad to say because, like you said, Tom, he is a legend. I've grown up with the whole man for a decade now. It feels like he's been there. He's been on the team, I love Fletcher Cox, but his wear and tear is worn out, and he's now become somewhat of a liability. If we keep this guy, is he going to decrease or he's going to increase? And honestly, I'm not seeing either or. I'm just seeing a maintain level, and I'm not seeing a Pro Bowl. And this year he should have gotten a Pro Bowl. I mean, I know there were a lot of people else on this team that got Pro Bowls and you're limited. So that there is that factor because we had such a in-depth defensive core this year.
for sure.
But still the value of Fletcher Cox, I guess, is outweighed over his potential right now. I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I don't see the potential increasing with his age increasing. I can do with Fletcher Cox being gone, know that we have Jordan Davis now and then seeking towards the future in this draft.
Right.
And I love you, Fletcher Cox. You've been awesome.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm 33, man. I'm 89. I'm an 80s kid, man.
I'm 28.
I got a baby face. I'll admit it. But
So with Fletcher
so
Cox,
does half of hardcore sports. Apparently, I didn't know fucking Randy and fucking AK and Jeffy are all older than me. I was like, get the fuck out of here. It's like they're all got baby faces. They're like twice as old. He's like 38 and AK's 35. I'm blown away. And Randy's 30. I'm like, how are y'all older than me? Y'all look way younger than
I'm
me.
younger.
I got a baby face. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? But anyway,
But anyways, to go back to Fletcher
some fucking
Cox.
hardcore baby faces, right? No, I'm just messing around. Back to Fletcher Cox.
All right, back to Fletcher Cox.
No, I don't think we're going to get. I think, and we do. I think Howie Roseman will keep it a short year. I think a 2-year contract will do, and I think about 24 mil. I wouldn't go over 25. What do you think
Come on,
about
Rob,
that?
you're going to be
2-year,
26.
25 mil. What do you think?
For
I
me,
think that's far too high.
that's too high.
Oh, okay.
Way too high. I don't think they're paying him. I don't think they're paying him double-digit millions to play for the Eagles.
No. Oh, really?
No,
No.
not 10 plus mil a year for Fletcher Cox at age 32. I don't think so.
No. But for
I-
Fletcher Cox,
How much were we paying Peters though? I do remember when he was at that age, we were still paying him what, like 60 million?
because we need an offensive line then.
Or no, it was 60 million total with the contract, but I guess it was like 15 between 20 mil. It was something crazy because like the left tackle was like one of also the highest paid positions besides
Right.
the quarterback here, protection. I remember Peters had one of the fattest contracts in the NFL.
Yeah, he's still like a good player too. I mean, at the end of the day, your D line rotates. So if you're paying guys, anyone that's going to get paid that much better be, every down guy. And Fletcher Cox at this age just isn't an every down player. We saw that this year, and it's sad to say, but that's why we brought in Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh, because he needed a rest, and it helped him play better. But you're not going to pay a guy a starter contract to be that just because any sort of legendary status or whatever.
Right.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe they have different. Maybe they feel loyalty to him and want to pay him still. And I don't think so, but we'll see. And I wish him the best if he goes elsewhere, but I would hope he just retires, honestly. I mean, he's not a terribly old guy, but it was just like, what else do you have to prove anymore? You obviously have won your ring and all that. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with him.
But it comes down to me, it's Jordan Davis going to be ready to take that spot.
Yeah,
Hargrave is going to be a free agent too.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
it comes down to actually all four of those guys: Linval Joseph, Ndamukong Suh, Hargrave, and Cox.
Yep. So they have a move to make a D tackle, that's for sure. But yeah, we'll get to Javon. I might have another opinion about Javon, but so far, Bradbury and Cox, I think they're gone.
Yep. Andre Dillard. I was questioning this one.
He's gone.
Okay.
Yep. I think he's
I'd
gone.
say keep him for the depth, but it's just like
I think he gets signed as a starter somewhere. I think someone gives him more money and gives him a chance to start, where here he knows he's not going to start. And he's young. He has some potential. He's flashed at times for the Eagles, and offensive tackles are premium position. I think Andre Dillard is going to sign pretty nice deal to be a starter somewhere. And I think I wish him the best, honestly. But yeah, we have to build that depth back at offensive line because he's definitely out.
So, AM, you think Dillard's out?
Well, Tom, what would we have to pay Dillard?
Would
it be $1 million? Would it be $1 million? It wouldn't even be one, would it?
Oh, it would be way more. I mean,
It'll be way more than that. Like
Andre Dillard, I think he's going to get a contract from someone to compete or get a starting job. So that's going to be over $10 million a year.
I don't think we're going to keep Dillard then. I'm wrong.
We drafted him. We drafted Dillard.
Yeah,
right?
I want Dillard still on the team for safety purposes, though, for some odd reason. I know we're probably not going to keep him, but I want him. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I think it would just be a good thing to keep him around.
I would love it, but I just don't think the price is going to matter. I mean,
I agree.
Teams are. This is how I look at it. You got to look at will a team in the NFL pay him to be their starter? And James Bradbury, he's going to get number one corner money. Cox is a little older, probably not going to move on with him unless he pays for a cheaper price. Andre Dillard, he's probably going to get starting offensive tackle money, and we aren't going to give him that to be a backup. So that's how. Unfortunately, when you're a Super Bowl team, a lot of your backups and guys that have played in other spots and they look good and stuff like that, they're going to get picked up by others.
I just didn't think he was going to get paid that much for I thought we could keep him for insurance, like you said, a backup, which we really need.
Unfortunately, he's like a premium. He's he's a guy that teams probably think can start. He did well, and when he started last year, 2021 season, he was really good when he came in for Jordan Mailata. So a lot remember the Super Bowl year 2017 when Jason Peters got hurt and Big V came in at left tackle.
Yeah, and he did his job. He sure did.
And then he got a starting job here. So same thing, same kind of deal. It's like, you want to keep all your good depth pieces, but they're going to go elsewhere and get starting roles places. So it's going to be tough. TJ Edwards is another one. It's like the starter for us, and I'm nervous about TJ because I love him. I just don't know if we're going to be able to pay what he's going to get on the open market. I'm not sure we're going to be able to pay it. So
I don't know either. And here's a funny thing: do you guys see a lot of these defensive guys going to the Cardinals to be with Gannon? Do you see some of them going over there?
They floated it out there about TJ Edwards, so I could see something like that. Guy like Marcus Epps. There you could look down this list: Marcus Epps, TJ Edwards, any guy that's young and going elsewhere. Gannon might take fancy in. I think they have some good D-backs and linebackers over in Arizona. If you look at their depth chart, so Buda Baker's over there. They have the linebackers Zaven Collins and Isaiah Simmons, who they drafted both of in the first round. So who knows if those are the priority positions for them, but I could see definitely guys that have their eye on him, on those guys, as someone that formerly coached him, especially with Nick Rallis being over there in Arizona. The linebackers coach is now our old linebackers coach, now their D coordinator under Jonathan Gannon. So you could see the interest in TJ Edwards being real, but Wisconsin, Jim Leonard coached TJ Edwards, so maybe we'll have an inside track if we sign him as our D coordinator. So who knows, honestly, but it's only a lot of money in the end.
Yeah. So Scoob Doo said if Kelsey retires, you would have to sign Andre or Isaac Seumalo.
I don't think Kelsey. He's a center, so I don't know I don't think it would make sense to sign an offensive.
I mean, you're gonna put Cam Jurgens there or
Yeah,
Landon
exactly.
Dickerson. So
I think Seumalo would make more sense. If Kelsey were to retire, then you're going to play Cam Jurgens at center and then potentially sign Isaac Seumalo to play the guard spot still. But I personally don't think Kelsey's going to retire. So I think Cam Jurgens is going to be our guard, and we're going to have an even better offensive line than we did last year. So we'll see.
yeah. So AM, how do you feel about TJ Edwards? Because I know you wanted a new linebacker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Edwards can go.
Just like that.
Just like that, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we can find something better. I don't understand why we're not even using what we have. We got Nakobe Dean ready to go. That man looked
that's another thing. That's a good point. You look at the depth behind some of these guys. Nakobe Dean.
And you have to remember, we don't have Gannon anymore, and he was one of the biggest failures ever because I would have put Jordan Davis in the Super Bowl. What are you saving him for? You're at the Super Bowl. Put Dean and Jordan in. They've won a championship. I've seen it happen. They tackled the shit.
Yeah.
The guy who's
Don't bring up Michigan. Don't bring up Michigan, please.
No, I ain't going to bring up Michigan, but I'm going to talk
Thank
about
you.
the championship game.
Yeah.
We drafted TJ.
I don't understand what was Gannon thinking. You're at the Super Bowl. This is where you bring all your weapons out. And that's one thing I guess I haven't said thus far. Did the Eagles look like, what was that clip I kept playing over and over again with the Empire from episode 6 from Star Wars, where the Sith sitting in his chair now and see the full potential of this armed and operational battleship? That's not what I saw. And I kept saying all year, we haven't shown our cards this season. Well, we sure didn't lay them down during the Super Bowl. And I'm finally, I guess, waking up and finally realizing it. I'm thinking, what the hell were we doing? Offensively, we got it done, I guess, but what were we doing on defense? We didn't lay down our weapons. We didn't show the full force of the Philadelphia Eagles, and we didn't bring it.
I agree. So I guess that means next year, whoever the new D coordinator is, we're going to have to get these guys in there. And I think TJ Edwards leaving is going to open doors for Nakobe Dean to come in and show what he's got. So I think you're going to get your wish. We just got to see how these young guys develop.
Now with the defensive coordinators, the Eagles are interviewing the Michigan defensive coordinator, and he's more of a blitz than coverage. So after watching him every game for this year, I like it. Hopefully that will work. But if it doesn't,
seems like
on to the next one.
Seems like that's the theme. Vance Joseph is a really heavy blitz guy. Jim Leonard is aggressive. I'm hearing a lot about how he blitzes defensive backs a lot, and uses different defensive backs in pressure packages, things like that. And then the guy you just talked about, who you're more familiar with, Jesse Minter, Michigan's D coordinator. So I think they're really looking for somebody that has an answer when the 4-man pass rush isn't working to make those adjustments and still generate pressure on the quarterback. So that's a good thing. And I think that, I think Nakobe Dean can fill that role. Speaking of, if we're staying on topic of the TJ Edwards thing, I think Nakobe Dean can definitely fill that role as a linebacker that does a little bit of both run stopping, blitzing, doing a little bit of that stuff. So I'm really excited to see how he comes along.
Yep. What up, Nikki?
Hey, I'm just popping. So where are you guys at right now?
We're
Hold
at
on one second.
Marcus
Bradbury. Yep.
TJ
Marcus. TJ Edwards. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a Bradbury. Keep him. See what you can do with Fletcher Cox Dillard. And I mean, TJ Edwards, it's inevitable. Guys like that are going to go eventually. I mean, if he does go, this is an opportunity to develop Nakobe Dean.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And our guy Robert here, we need a balanced but aggressive defensive coordinator. Not wrong.
Yeah, that's the dream.
That is a dream. Yeah. So Marcus Epps.
I just want a guy that'll like a Jim Schwartz that'll yell when something goes wrong. Gannon just stood around like a sissy. Like
He's
someone that
still
will
there.
grab his teammates' damn face mask and be like, "What was that?"
No, he just stood here and was looking at the clipboard.
Right, just like a little sissy. I don't know how he's going to be a head coach. He's going to make it in Arizona, the place he lost at during the Super Bowl. How's he going to win a single home game? I won't know. I can't wait. I'm going to sit
He's
back.
going to deal with Kyler Murray, too.
We're gonna make a happy lappy tracker just like back in the day, Tom, where we did one for who was it back in 2017? He didn't get the 1,000 yards that we thought. We'll see how many games Gannon can win, and if you can win more than 10 in Arizona, I lose the bet. I don't know what it'll be, but I will lose the bet. But I don't see Gannon winning more than 10. That's just me.
10. Maybe
Yeah.
try
That's
more like
generous.
5. That's
They're like
I think
6.
10 setting the bar way too high.
Yeah, you're not going to lose that bet. They're not winning 10
I
games.
gotta set it like Las Vegas, man. Otherwise, got to be close to standards.
Okay.
I'm only giving myself a 0.5 here,
Cardinals are not going to win more.
just like
than
the Super Bowl.
So Marcus Epps, I should get rid of.
I think he's going to go. I just
Yeah.
I'm going.
I'm on
Don't
favor
let
of
him go.
letting
Gotta
him
let him
go.
go.
He doesn't give me the thrill of a Dawkins or a Jenkins.
No, but the next guy does.
guy does. And that's the guy you have to keep.
We have to
Yep.
we
Keeper.
might franchise tag him though, because they can't come up with a deal, so they might franchise tag him.
Yeah, there's a ton of time. They have a ton of time. So, whether it gets done now or in 2 months or 3 months and they need to use a franchise tag, it doesn't really make a difference to me. I think they're
Wes Hopkins. That's the other one. I forgot about Hopkins. Like a Hopkins, like a Dawkins, like a Jenkins. Epps, does that guy feel? He doesn't.
No,
Who was Hopkins?
Wes Hopkins
Who was
on
that?
the Eagles in the late 80s and the 90s.
Oh, I'm not as tuned in with like the 80s.
oh,
dude,
wait, they did already. Rob, they did already. No, they're talking about doing it.
I got all of the games. Like, I'm not kidding. Like,
He has
Silver
all the
Linings
games on
Playbook.
his
I have
computer.
every season, every game on all my hard drives. I have literally 10 terabytes of Eagles games, just full games. You want a game? I got you. I'll email. Just give me your email address. I'll send you whatever game you want.
Okay, fine. Give me the Super Bowl. Us against the Patriots.
Okay. I already
No,
have it. I
today's a
told you I have the
franchise
full
tag
day.
deadline.
I have it from 9 a.m. till literally the 2 hours after the whole game. I have them celebrating in Philadelphia and everything. The commercials, the halftime, everything. 2017. I even have it for
That's
this year.
too-
I have it currently for this year. It's 26 gigabytes worth of
That's
all day of the Eagles event. Even though
You know
we
what?
lost, if you want it, I got it. It's literally 26 gigabytes. I have it.
hold on. Wait, where'd it
I'm
go?
gonna narrow it down to probably be about like
Wait.
8 gigabytes total.
And it's too fucking easy.
I got one thing to say. Too fucking easy. You know it's too fucking easy. Too fucking easy. You know it's too fucking easy.
They found him. They found Tom. Did you see? They found him. He was at the Super Bowl.
Was he?
E-Rock found him. E-Rock interviewed the guy and goes, "Look who
One
I
piece.
found." He had the hat on and everything, and they
Crazy.
did the chant again. I'm about to get the updated version.
That's crazy. That's
They
awesome.
fucking
No.
found the guy. He was at.
So it looks like
that.
we already franchise tagged.
No, we didn't. I just looked it up.
Rob said today was the last day for the franchise tag.
Are you sure?
Can you play the command that we are the Commanders? Do I have it? Oh yeah, sure. You want it?
We
We
always
got it.
Those haters can't stand us. Left hand up.
that shit will never get old.
So
It's just
They're
like
making a new
your,
one.
the franchise tag deadline actually is March 7th. It started today though. You can start.
Oh, it's start. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you can start using the tag today, but they have till March 7th.
I'm not into anime. I don't like anime at all.
So let's say what you talk about. Like Super Bowl was a week ago.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say that'd be quick. It came up quick, but no, yeah, it's March 7th, and then free agency starts. I think shortly after that.
It's March 10th. We're live streaming the whole day.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That's going to be a fun thing to see who goes where. But I don't think it's going to be as crazy for Eagle like as it was for the Eagles last year, signing Hassan Reddick and then getting all these other guys. I don't think there's going to be many new guys that come in free agency, but I want to sign some of our own guys, and then I'm looking forward to the draft. Really,
Yeah, me too. Me too. So
Free agency is going to be crazy. I mean, we know that's the new normal in sports, so
yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
but
looking forward to it.
the next one, Brandon Graham, is kind of interesting because you know why? If we get the Michigan defensive coordinator, maybe he'll stay.
I think he'd stay regardless. Yeah, I mean, if he plays another year, it's going to be here, and he's still playing at a high level. That's a guy I could see them keeping on another 1-year deal or whatever the case is. But he's definitely not going to go anywhere outside.
There we
of
go.
it.
That's better. Thoughts
Well,
on Tatum winning the All-Star MVP? No defense.
Whatever.
55 points. No defense.
Yeah, he dropped 55.
Yeah, like that was a bit ridiculous. I get that All-Star game, but come on, some defense, a little bit.
175 and they lose.
God.
Joel Embiid was the number 1 pick.
Yes, he was.
I'll take that. Keep Graham on a 1-year deal. I think he's staying.
Probably.
I really think he's staying.
Maybe.
I think Dane should have won his half-court shot. Yeah, it is what it is.
Whatever.
All right. Hargrave. Now, Tom, didn't you say you had something to say about Hargrave?
Yeah, I think we keep him. I think that's the guy that we're gonna have to sign. And I mean, if they don't, then you're really gonna see them have a move or two in their back pocket to have to make because they're thin at D tackle. They're losing all 4 guys, and 2 of them are old and knew you were leaving, but the other 2, Cox and Hargrave, they're the guys that you got to make a decision on one of them. I think one of them have to stay, so I think it's going to be Hargrave.
Yeah, I got to go Hargrave too. He's double-digit sacks. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
you got to keep him.
You're right. And when you look below that, it's Linval Joseph. I mean, would you keep Joseph over Hargrave? No. I don't think anyone else would.
Linval Joseph was only there because Fletcher Cox was getting tired and we could not stop the run. So that's
Exactly. The point is, he wasn't meant to be a long-term guy, so you're definitely not keeping him.
No, you're not going to keep any of those guys, so it's going to be either Hargrave or Cox, and Hargrave's better. So
Yeah. Hargrave's there, just rumors he might come back to Pittsburgh. Plus, he wouldn't want that huge money bag.
yeah, he's going to be a cost a lot.
Right
So it's
Money
gonna-
talks. Money
it's gonna
talks.
depend on the price. It's going to depend on the price for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, AM, do we keep Hargrave and Joseph?
Joseph is probably gonna go.
So, we'll keep Hargrave. All right.
Yeah. Hargrave, I would like to keep him. It's gonna be a contract. Kelsey, that all depends on him. The thing about I would love for Kelsey to stay. It's all up to him. I'm surprised he hasn't retired yet. I almost like
Yeah.
dude, Tom, feel me real quick. If we had won the Super Bowl, that probably was going to be his retirement speech up on those arch steps, weren't they?
Seriously, yeah.
Like he would have probably like, I retire Philadelphia, and like something like
Joseph,
crazy like that, But
All of
Right.
them will retire. All of
The
them would
man
retire.
ain't
if
gonna
we won this
retire.
war.
I
All of them
feel
would
it.
retire. What are you talking about? All of them would.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. Cox probably. Well, I don't know. I'm speaking just on Jason Kelsey alone. I'm not going to go on other names like you just said. All of them. I'm
So
going to stick with
apparently,
just Jason Kelsey right now. I just think Jason Kelsey would have given the most ultimate speech, a version 2 of what we heard, a different Murmurs outfit or something that Eagles fans would have had to buy, like a commodity. And then he would have given the most unbelievable speech and just at the very end been like, in Philly, I retire with or I don't know, something crazy along those lines. Like I totally could have seen it happening. Now I don't see that. I see almost like a spark in Jason Kelsey. I could see Jason Kelsey coming back. What is y'all's take on that?
I want him to stay, but I want him to stay. But if he doesn't, I'm confident in Cam Jurgens. So,
Yes,
but
and
according
He's
to
got to make that decision. over
He
the
will
next
make it.
month
He will
first.
make it sooner rather than later. He'll make it. According to Earth, Air, Fire, Water, Seth Joyner said he would be the defensive coordinator for. He's interested. He was on Jacob Media. How do you guys feel about Seth Joyner? Nope. Okay.
Uh,
I think
Not
Jason
proven.
Kelsey has a little left in the tank. Just saying. Yes, he does. Damn it. The Eagles defensive coordinator is really out. It's next to okay. AM. So the punter, Brett Kern. Stay or go? I was doing a
he's gonna go. He's probably gonna go. I mean, he was just signed as a replacement for Sipos when he got injured. So I think they're going to be looking for a new punter. Honestly, that's something that I could see in this offseason. So as boring as that sounds, it's going to be a search for a punter.
yeah, he's going.
He's shadow. I mean, why? The next guy, Gardner
Gone.
Minshew.
Probably gone. He's probably going to get a bigger contract and maybe even go to some team that thinks he could give you like a year as a starter, a transition year or something like that. But yeah,
Like
they're
the
probably gonna draft
Commanders.
a quarterback. Yeah, it's going to be some
No,
random
the Commanders, they're sticking with Sam
Panthers.
Howell. They're sticking with Sam Howell. So,
Or
Yeah.
maybe the Buccaneers might try.
spot. Always
Who
a
knows?
fantastic quarterback.
Maybe they might just sign a 1-year deal with him.
Yeah, exactly. There's plenty of quarterback needy teams that could use a guy like that has game experience in
the
their
Raiders.
depth chart at least.
Right.
Yeah,
The Raiders. That'd be
Yeah.
funny. Zach Pascal.
Hard one to say, honestly.
I
This
think
is one that I think about a lot, but yeah, I'm not sure. Honestly, probably stays on a 1-year deal again, but who knows? Maybe they just move on and try to replace him.
I would like to have him, but is he really going to be that big a factor going forward? If he's not, then
Probably
I feel
not.
like you can replace him easy.
Yeah. AM, what do you feel about that, Zach Pascal?
They can get a 1 or 2 year, like he said, with a recently restructured schedule. I don't see why we can't keep Pascal. But then again, Pascal reminds me of Fulgham, Travis Fulgham.
Yeah.
He's another Fulgham that's just a
blocking receiver more than anything. So
You know who was great blocking receiver this whole
Don't
season?
say Whiteside.
No. And y'all will agree with me. I said it during the end of the season. He started during the end of the year, during the end of November, end of December, and especially this postseason. We saw it really during the playoff game during the Giants, and then especially during the 49ers game. AJ Brown.
yeah,
My God, his pass blocking allowed Boston Scott to get a TD. Canewell. We saw one from was it Devontae Smith?
All right.
that's
EC1 is in your
Maybe I'm wrong about it, but
DMs.
I'm probably talking off my hat with the Devontae Smith one. But we saw the most unbelievable Russian pass blocking from AJ Brown this season. And if you go back and look at footage, you can see it clear as day. It's just
I already did, man.
got
I
the
already
whole
did.
dude in lockdown.
yeah, it's his definitely likes to get physical. That's a part of his game, and We saw that definitely. He's a great run blocker. He definitely creates those, and then creating that run lane for Devontae in that Giants game on that screen was awesome too.
That's what I'm thinking. Thank you. Sorry, I knew I was like, am I
Yeah,
talking crazy?
he got in there.
Sorry.
Robert Quinn's gone. You might as well skip. I think we're all going to agree on that.
I think Robert Quinn is out.
Wish we had the 4th round pick. Honestly, he didn't do anything for us.
Yeah. Tough one. Miles Sanders.
I'll be thirsty. Oh, go ahead, Tom.
My fault. I think he's honestly. I think they're going to go a different direction at running back.
I agree.
Yeah, it's like, to me, it's like, I'm thinking if they're going to go for a guy, if they can get their hands on a guy like Josh Jacobs or someone like that, then they're going to go that way.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to pay like big money for a guy, and I think that's going to be the guy that makes the most. But I can see them drafting a guy a little earlier than we expect. Someone in the 2nd round, maybe even the end of the 1st round, trading back some picks and getting a Bijan Robinson. I think he's going to go too high, but maybe Jahmyr Gibbs. I've seen a couple other people mention some guys on Twitter in my mentions that I never heard of, but had to look up, like Sean Tucker, a couple different random guys like that. So, yeah, I think they're going to go young.
So, Boston Scott.
See, that's what makes it tough with Sanders. That ties right into what we were talking about, because Boston Scott's a great fit for this team. So it's like,
I'll keep Scott.
He'll probably stay. He's going to be really cheap. They'll probably be able to keep him for a really cheap price. So
I mean, hey, I think he's going to stay.
Jacobs is staying with the Raiders. I don't understand why he should leave, but would you guys want Benny Snell Jr.? I don't know. Scott stays.
Maybe as like a role playing back, but other than that, they're gonna go young, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. What up, Champ? What up?
What's up? How you doing?
We're doing good, man. We're just talking about which players should stay, which should go. So,
I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. Bradbury's gone. Y'all can think about him. Javon Hargrave is probably gone. He's gonna want a lot of money. I just heard T.J. Edwards might be gone too. They're saying he might get a bag. I knew T.J. Edwards was gonna get a bag, man. Because he's been one underrated linebacker. But like I said, man, at the end of the day, I'm just glad that they franchise tag C.J. Gardner-Johnson. My problem is I don't know if he's going to like it, and I don't want it to be a situation where we see a Le'Veon Bell situation. I don't want that to happen on our team.
right.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we gotta pay him what he's worth. But I feel like the Eagles know what they're doing, and I trust Howie and see what happens.
It's a very interesting offseason, and especially for this guy, Kaiser White.
Yeah,
You mean the dude who missed tackles is trash? That dude?
I don't think he's gonna stay.
I liked him at the beginning of the year, and then he just fell flat.
He stinks, bro. Him and his one pick interception in the preseason, and we all had our hopes up. That was going to be good.
Yeah. So let me go back up here so you can see some of these guys. So you pretty much know who's staying, who's
On my
going.
own computer too.
Who?
So on my own computer too.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Dylan.
walking now. That's what I'm talking about. That thing got a webcam on it?
Yep.
So now he's got 2 cams.
No, I don't got a webcam. I'm only playing. I don't. don't know.
Oh, it's just a laptop.
Yeah, mine-
Hey, the thing is though, that's really cool though, is that you can get a cam and put it in there, and then you're set. You just attach it on top, and you can buy a $10 really good webcam now.
Well,
I'm too lazy
I just did a stream just an hour ago, and I was able to connect my computer to the stream, which is pretty cool because I understand why you use your laptop because it's so much easier than your phone.
So
Oh yeah.
Especially
Speaking
the
of that,
I
speaking
can
of
just
that,
go
bro,
like
I
this.
need to get you into the Hardcore Sports StreamYard, so we'll do that sometime this week.
For sure, man. Let me check
Yeah,
it out.
So what about Dillard? You think he's gone?
Oh yeah.
Yep. I mean, listen, I think the only players that I could see staying are C.J. Gordon Johnson and maybe it depends, Boston Scott. The rest are gone. We don't got enough money to sign Javon Hargrave. Warren J. Rock just told me that they just quit. Isaac Samalo is going to want to get paid like a guard. Why? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not paying no
Right.
top money for guard. And then Warren J. Rock said to him, he was on my DM telling me, "Oh, we got to keep him. We can't keep him. We can't. We have no idea. We don't have.
Tom,
Listen, we don't have enough money to sign all these players.
I got
You
a
got to pay
question.
C.J. Gonja.
What was that?
Go ahead.
What was that? Am?
Between 1999 and 2005, that dominant period of the Philadelphia Eagles where we went to 4 NFC championship games. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Right, Tom? We went to 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Went to a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Why can we not do that now? Is it because of free agency?
I'll be right back.
Is it because of the difference of the NFL now? Like,
What do you mean?
What was the
Like-
situation like then?
Teams
like
do
it
that.
is now.
We were just that good, so we're gonna have to see if we're that good. You see the Chiefs do it; they go to the AFC Championship every year.
But we
Yeah,
had a
but
lot of
you got
players
you got
that
to
didn't-
understand too, right? I mean, I didn't mean to cut you off, but they drafted players, and that's what
but
we need
had
to
a
do.
lot of players that remained on that Eagles core. A lot of those players stayed during those 4 years. And now it's like we're talking about it, and I'm thinking we're about to just lose half the team right now. What
We
you
should have
just
lost
said,
them in
you want-
2018. How many times have we been saying we should have got rid of Fletcher Cox? How many times have we been saying we should have got rid of Brandon Graham? I like those players. No, for sure, I do.
Right.
But how many times have we said we don't want to bring Jason Peters back because he was getting old? And this goes back to what I've been saying, and I've been saying this: when you have an older roster, you have to get younger. That's why the Legion and Boom fell all apart because they got older as the season went along. As teams got better, they got worse because they didn't get younger, and now they're getting younger, and you see the potential they have. They got Woolley over there. They got Kobe Bryant, who I liked coming out. They got young
Hold
receivers.
on, all right. Let's not bring basketball, but so is Tom Brady, and he's
No, not Kobe Bryant, the cornerback, Kobe Bryant.
Tom Brady's still getting older, and he's still getting. Maybe he had a fluke year this year, but man,
I wasn't talking about the basketball Kobe Bryant
He's
though.
getting
I was talking about the cornerback.
and he has no team like the Philadelphia
Wait,
Eagles.
what are you talking about now? I'm sorry.
I was talking
I-
about the cornerback Kobe Bryant, not the
The
basketball Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace to him. But I was talking about the cornerback that the Seahawks drafted.
It's the one that they drafted last year.
Yeah, the corner that I wanted. Yeah, the Seahawks.
I wanted him
drafted.
too.
Well, I think
He telling me no because for the AM told me, "Oh, this has nothing to do with basketball." I'm like, what? The cornerback is the
No,
who self-drafted.
it's spelled differently. It's spelled differently.
No, but I don't think we're going to keep Bradbury. He's a fat contract.
No, he's gone. I see him going to the Raiders. I think he goes to the Raiders.
Gone. EJ Edwards
I think
is
he goes to the
gone.
Giants. I
Fox
think he
is
goes back.
gone. We've already
No,
decided.
I don't think he goes to the Giants. Man.
Miles Sanders is gone.
yeah,
We're not.
Well, Miles Sanders can go now, man. Listen, man. Everybody talk about we should bring Miles Sanders back, man. Miles Sanders is a guy that I've been saying this all for a long. People don't like it. He's regressed since his rookie year. He's been the same rookie quarterback, rookie running back. His when he was able to catch out the backfield, that was special. He can't do that anymore. He's regressed. You know what I'm saying? Same thing we said about the other quarterback that's no longer here. He's regressed.
He just
Maybe he needs to go.
He lost his
and-
power, his momentum.
He
power,
lost the fact he could catch out the backfield. He was really good coming out of Penn State, catching out the backfield. What did we say coming out of Penn State? What did I like? What did we like about him? He could catch out the backfield. He also was able
He's like
to.
a little LaShawn McCoy. He know how to ditch, dash, and get through.
Well, he ain't LaShawn McCoy now.
Doing that now.
I don't think he's anywhere near LaShawn McCoy.
No, he's
No,
not.
he's never
no,
LaShawn
no.
McCoy. Anybody compare him
NFL
now?
prove that real quick. No, he's
The
not.
thing with Miles Sanders, he didn't step up when we needed him the most. The very
Yeah.
first play, he fumbled and went out of bounds.
But you know who
Did you
stepped
see the
up when
second
we
one?
needed it?
Did you see the second? That should have been a
Gainwell and
fumble.
Boston
That should have been a
Scott
fumble.
stepped
We got
up.
away with that one.
We got lucky on that.
he was.
Me and Cool Cat,
We got away with that one. I literally went to like this on my hat. I'm like, get this dude off the field, man. He's gonna kill us, bro. He's gonna cost us a Super Bowl, man. Get him off the field. Get him off the field. Get him off the field.
I was just like, did we just lose the football again? Like, damn.
Yo, you know what it felt like? It felt like when Ryan Matthews fumbled versus the Lions. Remember when all he had to do was sit down, and all he had to do was just drop down, and instead he tried to run through a sack when he got the ball punched out. I was freaking the hell out. I'm like, this dude sucks.
Yep.
I
I remember that.
Not like Ryan Matthews, but he couldn't stay healthy, and he always fumbled, man.
Yeah, but I think the point he was making was that the Seahawks are getting younger. Like when you were talking about Tariq Woolen and Kobe Bryant as their corners, but the Eagles are young.
Those two are good, man.
On defense, I mean, yeah, their corners aren't young, but the Eagles' offense, I mean, you look at their team; they're mostly drafted guys. They're young guys. There's a couple older guys like Lane and Kelsey, but the Eagles have their offense set. It really comes down to like you're saying about the Seahawks. They rebuilt through the draft on defense after their Legion of Boom got worse, and I think that happens to a lot of teams. So
yeah,
I think that's the next step for the Eagles is getting younger on defense, getting better in that secondary and on the D line, and getting young, continuing to get younger. So I think,
I also feel like I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry, my fault. But I feel like that this is the year we got drafted corner. I'm tired of waiting.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't drafted a corner since Lito Shepherd and Shutter Brown. Do you know how long that is?
Yeah. I mean,
the last corner we drafted in the second round was Sidney Jones.
Yeah, he's hard.
Can we all agree that Brittany?
Can we get rid of Kayvon Wallace, man? I'm tired of seeing that project.
I'm tired of him. I'm tired of Marcus X.
I'm tired of Covey. I'm tired of Edwards. I'm tired of White already, and he was only here for a year.
I'm tired of Kayvon Wallace talking on Instagram, showing his stupid highlights of his one trick pony highlights of him actually hitting someone, and then the rest of the plays, it's the old films. Like, come on, man! Like, you done nothing, bro. You are special teamers because you suck.
Yeah,
that's why you have to trade for C.J. Gardner-Johnson because you're not the guy.
He's showing off his skill to maybe have hope for another career with another team because it ain't going to be in Philadelphia.
You also got to keep in mind that he was a 5th round draft pick or 6th or 5th. So, I mean, you can't expect all these guys to be the next Brian Dawkins. But, you're going to see the Eagles get different, a little bit different and younger on the defensive side of the ball. And it's very much needed. I'm with you, man. I want to draft a corner as well.
Mm-hmm. Really and I looked at Darius Slay's contract, man. If you go to cap.com and you look at this contract, he got a restructure, bro. Yeah, he's making a lot. And Philly Halftime told me this. I think he gets traded. I think he gets traded in the draft. I know a lot of people don't like this, but he's 32 years old and he's making a lot of money. Is he going to want to restructure? Because he left the Lions because he didn't want to. He wanted the money. Right. So he left there because he wanted to get paid more. And I like Darius Slay, but. And now there's also going to be people in the comment section saying, okay, we draft corner. Who's going to teach him? If you only got young guys. And that's another thing, man, because I don't want to lose them because I feel like if you draft a young guy, you got to have a veteran player that can show him the ropes, that can teach him, Yeah, I hope it works out, man.
I'd be surprised if Darius got traded. And the point you pointed out, the fact that he didn't want to restructure on the Lions, he was also 28 years old at the time. Being older,
yeah.
He's going to understand. He's a captain on this team. He's a fan favorite. Him and his wife do a lot of good things for the fans, and they've been received very well. They just went to the Super Bowl. This is really his best chance to be on the contending team and win a Super Bowl. I think he's made enough money in his career and done enough with that. I think he's going to restructure his deal and stay for another probably 1 year. I really would be surprised if he got traded. And it's not far-fetched, not out of the question completely, but we'll have to revisit it. But that's my thoughts on it. That's my thoughts.
You know how to piss off Philly Halftime? You mentioned the guy in LA that you would trade him for the LA corner.
Oh yeah.
Jalen Ramsey.
No. If you want to talk about piss him off,
a guy on ATD Road said, he said, you know what? At this point, I'll trade that 30-year pick and Darius Slay go get that corner from LA. Now you got some dogs on the team. I'm like, ooh, that's a good point. You so good.
Jalen Ramsey, yeah, you don't often see that in the NFL, like those big time player for player trades. It's not a
Yeah, Marcus Peters got traded for I believe for Ramsey.
it happens.
I knew once they did it when they sent him to Buffalo. I mean, I knew they were getting Ramsey because like they just traded Marcus Peters to the Baltimore.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Marcus Peters is a free agent this year. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Watch him go to Washington.
that would be weird. But
Would be.
let me ask you guys this: who's the number one guy that you think that the Eagles are gonna let go first? Who's the first guy they're gonna let go, or let him go somewhere else?
I mean,
Who's
I
the
think
first guy?
I think it will be Sanders.
Sanders? I'm going with Bradbury.
I mean, they're all free agents on the same day, so
No, I mean it's just like who do you think signed first? There you go. Who do you think will get signed first?
I have a feeling that they'll try to negotiate with Bradbury, but I think Bradbury goes somewhere for a lot of money. I think they want him back, and I feel like they're going to try. I think you will hear the rumors down the road that like I think next week you're going to hear. I mean, going for it, you're going to hear that the Eagles are trying to talk with Bradbury to come back on a cheap deal, and they're going to be like someone like the Raiders who need a corner. Houston Texans, I think, can be a possibility. The Giants, another team I could see him going back to it would be Arizona, former defense coordinator. John, I mean, why would you even want to go there? But Arizona. Who else? Who else needs a corner? Dallas. I don't think they can afford them. Never mind. Yeah. Well, I hear all Cowboy fans talk about they're going to get Jalen Ramsey. Okay.
Pay him either.
Yeah, we're still living in La La Land, huh? Okay. But like James Bradbury to me, he I just see him in the Raiders uniform. I feel like he's going to go to the Raiders.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be one of those teams that's not really spending a lot of money on other players. I think the Colts have a lot of cap. Like, just look at over the cap and just see who has cap space. You'll see some of those teams throw some money at him and try to lure him in. Especially teams with the MO of trying to get big time corners. The Jets always do it. They have Sauce Gardner, but imagine.
Oh yeah. Oh yo, him and Bradbury, I could see that.
Yeah,
I could see that.
That'd be a
you know
great.
what I'm saying?
So yeah, it's going to be money talks.
Yeah.
He's signing for the biggest contract. He did exactly what every NFL player on that 1 year prove it deal dreams of. He got all pro. He won the Super Bowl. That's why he did the 1 year prove it deal, because he wanted to show he still had it in the tank, and didn't look so great on the Giants, right? But then he comes to the Eagles. He gets that 1 year deal. He makes his $10 million. He has an all pro season, and then boom, he goes and gets a huge contract. And that, that's
well, Brock
You
Purdy's
catch
going
Robinson.
Brock Purdy's
took a
going
1
under
year deal.
surgery. Brock Purdy's going to have surgery on Wednesday, tomorrow. We're going
What on his feelings too? On his feelings?
Huh?
On his feelings too? He's gonna have surgery on his feelings too?
Yeah. Just like, bro, I get DMs from Niners fans still.
They still talking?
Oh,
Bro, that's a chance to pass. Get over it.
I still get DMs.
Oh well.
I don't get any from Chiefs.
That's because they're busy celebrating, man.
They're like the nicest fan base I've ever met.
One told me, "Oh, look how that ended. Oh, look at you. Oh, look." I'm like, "All right, congratulations, bro."
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Bragging rights, so whatever. I mean, it happens, but I'm cool with Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, what he did was unbelievable. But again, man, I go back to Jonathan Gannon, bro. That's why everybody says he's a good defense corner. I lose my crap because like he's not. I mean, the way he doesn't. I mean, like the fact that Brian Dawkins called him out, man.
He's a pacifist zone coverage, red zone
Listen,
coordinator.
I strongly believe he goes to McDonald's and he has a game plan. Just like Philip Bunch said about Starbucks, I think he goes to McDonald's, has sweet tea and his little pancakes with syrup, and he calls his game plan. That's what he does.
As a professional defensive coordinator, how do you not know the most basic coverage of a fake design where the guy is in motion?
Did you call him professional?
And then goes back the other way. That's basic defensive NFL coverage. You see it during the play where the holding call was done, and you see it with one of their touchdowns. The guy is in motion on Kansas City, running towards Mahomes. Then just right when he snaps the ball, runs the other way. Okay, catch. It's easy pickings. No one saw it. Like, how do you not?
They copied off the Jacksonville Jaguars game plan. That's what they did. They did their homework on us. They went back and watched the Cowboys.
One thing
they went back and watched the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they said that's what we're going to do to them. And Jonathan Gannon, what he do? Nothing, because he didn't do nothing. When I see a quarterback limping, I smell blood. And if I'm a defensive corner and I see a guy that's limping, I smell blood in the water. I'm gonna attack that. I'm gonna sit back on my prairie, just run into the woods. Like it was like a lion who was full. I mean, I'm hungry. I want to eat the meat. The meat off the bone, the flesh. Right. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We are the prey. We are the ones getting chased down. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be that. And it's unfortunate, because I believe if Jalen Hurts had 1 minute and 50 seconds, whatever minute left in this game, he would have won this game. They couldn't stop that offense. And I don't care what anybody says. That Eagles team was carving up that Chiefs defense.
Overtime. We would at least gotten a field goal and gone.
I don't think we would have won overtime. I think Jalen Hurts would have went back down and scored because they couldn't stop it.
There was 38 seconds on the clock when the penalty had happened. I'm sure there would have been a reassessment. Probably would have run around 40, 42 seconds maybe.
It was 148.
I saw
148.
But when the snap happened during the holding call, I did receive the play and it showed 38 seconds. Maybe I'm wrong.
That was 148. A minute 48 seconds left in the game. If they would have just called that an incomplete pass, the clock was stopped at 148 and we had a timeout left. So
yeah, okay.
It's possible they go down and score for sure, but I mean, end of the day, he just didn't make adjustments. And,
I still think with 38 seconds, we could have tied it with a field goal. Let's say hypothetically, Tom, I know what you're saying, but it was like 40, 48 seconds, 38. I still think we could have had plenty enough time to reevaluate and just get enough for a field goal. We have a field goal kicker that's proven to kick 62 yards in an indoor environment with no wind. I don't see a problem.
Yeah. Jonathan Gannon didn't make the right adjustments. You guys are, spot on with that. They didn't look like they even game plan. They looked like they came out expected to win because their team was better, and that's what happens when you play a better coach and quarterback. And that's what I've said all leading up. And it was.
And shout out to Thomas Peterson on Twitter. He broke down the stats, and I want to look him up to show you because I just tell you the stats because the only elite quarterback he's beaten is Trevor Lawrence. And he almost lost to that too because we almost lost that game. If it wasn't for Son Reddick, we don't win that game. I'm sorry to say. He has been bad against pretty much mediocre at best quarterbacks. You beat Brock Purdy. Cool. But it's like, that's great, but like I need a defense coordinator that's not scared of just average quarterbacks. I need a defense coordinator that's not scared of nobody. Because once you put fear into yourself, you're putting your fear into everybody else, including your team. Because your team feeds off the defense coordinator. If my defense coordinator is scared, and I'm going to play scared. So I need a defense coordinator that's going to play like his hair's on fire. Go out there and just don't. I hate when people respect. I hate defense coordinators who respect quarterbacks. Man, it drives me nuts. And I don't like that bend and break defense. And I say it again. It's like getting stabbed with scissors over and over again. At this point, just cut me with a knife because all you're doing is torturing me with scissors. You know what I'm saying? You're just stabbing me and stabbing me and stabbing me. And it's like I'd rather get an axe and just cut my whole body open. And Gannon unfortunately doesn't do it. He wants to get stabbed with scissors. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get it. The bend and break defense don't work. And I don't know why people want the Vic Fangio type defense. What does Vic Fangio want? What does he want? He's been fired from Denver. He's been fired by so many other different times. I mean, come on. He was in part of the game plan too, supposedly. And he got out coached too. Good luck to man. Because you're versus Andy Reid many times. You got him. You got Josh Allen in the division. We know you don't got him. You got the Chiefs got the Chargers. Sorry. You got Josh Allen. You got the Jets. You got the Patriots. Good luck.
Yeah. Boys, it's getting a little over the time. I got to run. It's almost
Yeah. I'm gonna wrap it up.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. So thank you all for coming to MK Headlines episode number 66.
Oh, I came in late, didn't I?
It's all good, man. Next week just pop in early.
Yeah.
Next week just pop
Yep.
in.
Sure.
I was in late.
I'll give you the StreamYard. You can just pop into whatever stream you want. So
Yeah.
appreciate everyone for coming in. Nikki, EC1, Tom 6, Further AM. Next shift probably got stuck at work. I'll talk to him later. He'll be here next week. So catch you all later. Make sure you guys have a good rest of your night. And yeah, guys, go Birds. Woo!